Welcome to Gotta Run. This is Will Sanchez. This is a very special episode of Gotta Run. Tonight, we open my 8th season of Gotta Run with Will, all here at Manhattan Neighborhood Network. We've done over 210 shows since we started exactly 8 years ago. I am honored that my guest for tonight is Coach Ramon Bermo, who happened to be my 3rd guest at Gotta Run exactly 8 years ago. So this is going to be a great show to catch up with Ramon. I'm honored to have Ramon as a guest.
Thank you. Good to be here. Will, how are you?
I cannot believe 8 years ago, exactly to the day, you were here.
I know.
We were honoring the fact that you completed 8 years as the coach for team and training, starting about 3 months into the DetermiNation. And one of the things we covered in honor of your 40th birthday, you had done at least 40 marathons, 40 registered marathons,
Right.
because you've done the distance many times.
Many times, yeah,
And you also did the Vermont 100
exactly.
to honor your birthday and also to fundraise for the first time
Right.
as a participant in
Right.
the actual team and training.
Yeah, I did. And raised at that time $68,000.
And it was the most monies raised that year.
Yeah.
So I guess in 2007?
2007 will be, right?
Right, yeah, I guess.
2007, yeah.
Nowadays, that would be worth over $100,000.
Yeah, if you put interest in it, yes, I'm sure. Too bad I didn't put in the bank and let it grow.
You just completed 8 years with team and training as the coach. Now you're back today. So now you've done 8 years
Yes, with
with the
the
American Cancer Society as the I guess the head coach for DetermiNation.
Yeah, yes, I'm the head coach, among other things. It's a one-man show here, so I do everything. 8
So
years.
what's new since you were here? You know, what are the accomplishments have you done with DetermiNation?
Oh, wow. We came a long way since the first day. We have a strong program now, especially here in the city. And now we actually continue to grow through the Northeast. We're trying to really develop the program through the whole Northeast right now, like going from anywhere from North Virginia to Maine, I guess. And we try to kind of, add more events, add more staff and coaches and volunteers. So yeah, I'm really excited about what's coming up for DetermiNation.
Good, good. Is it only running or do you have a cycling?
We do several events. We have running, as you know, running marathons, half marathons. We have 5Ks, 10Ks. We partnership with third parties. And we also have we put our own events like the GWB Challenge, which is our ACS own event, cycling events. And we also have this great event called Over the Edge, where people have the opportunity to rappel down 34 floors down in Jersey City, in New Jersey. People rappel. It's beautiful views of Manhattan. It's an awesome event. It's awesome. You should do it.
Oh my goodness, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Time flies. You've 8 years now with DetermiNation.
Right.
So tell us, in a nutshell, what is DetermiNation?
So DetermiNation is the American Cancer Society endurance training program, where people that want to make a difference and make their miles more meaningful join us, and in exchange of the fundraising efforts, they get to participate in one of the great events that we partnership with or that we put together. So like from the New York City Marathon to Marine Corps Marathon, we have the 5-hour tour. We have a whole large portfolio of events.
Oh, cool. So people decide what is it event they want to join. Now, let's say they want to do the New York City Marathon, do you give them an entry, or
Yes.
you purchase an entry for them?
Exactly. So we have secure entries with the Road Runners Club. We have a partnership with the Road Runners Club, which they've been great to us. And yeah, in exchange of the fundraising, they get the secure entry into the marathon. They get the training, as you know. That's what I do. I'm a coach, so we train a couple of times per week, and we prepare them physically. They get the support of a mentor, where they help them with the fundraising part of it, and other assistant coaches. And of course, they get to volunteer with the American Cancer Society. We bring them to the Hope Lodge, which is, I don't know if you're aware of it, but it's like a home away from home for those people that are told your best treatment is in New York City, and you can stay for free at the American Cancer Society Hope Lodge.
When I first walked in, I thought, whoa.
Like a resort.
I thought, wow, this is like getting away on a vacation. We have not had a vacation. It's so long. But it's like having a vacation. I mean, like, everything is beautiful here. The rooms are beautiful. The community areas are wonderful because you get to interact with everybody else. Lets you know that sometimes what you're going through, somebody else has worse problems than you do.
Yeah.
We have 61 rooms where, as I said, people that are told to go to New York City for treatment, they can stay for free with a caregiver while giving treatment.
That is, New York is fabulous in that. I think Ronald McDonald House has something similar.
Exactly. So think about the same, but for adults.
Yeah. Ronald
Similar,
McDonald's for
exactly.
kids. Yeah. But
Exactly.
the family stays together.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. That is great.
It's great. Yeah. I'm proud because we always have cancer survivors running for us. I mean, we have quite a few. We have amazing people. You met them when you were with Team in Training. We have Michelle Broadman. She's been amazing to us. She's still in treatment and still running marathon after marathon. So yeah, we also have honorees.
I happened to look at the interview we did the first time 8 years ago. When you did the Vermont 100, you did it in honor of a little girl.
Yes, Katie. Yeah.
How's she doing?
Haven't seen her a long time. I keep in touch a lot with her mom and her aunt, Debbie. We exchange always Christmas cards. I can't wait to see her again because, I mean, it's been a while. I'm sure she's a teenager now.
Yeah, I know.
Wonder how she's doing. So every time I run, she's always on my mind. She was my inspiration.
Because you've met so many great people.
Yeah.
But that first one, your first one that you did as a fundraiser.
Yes, she inspired me to do that.
Wow. And of course, you were a young dad 8 years ago. How are your daughters doing?
Oh my God, they're great. I have two teenagers, 14 and 16. You met them, you know them. They were really young, but now, I mean, you will not recognize them. They're good girls. I have to admit, not being biased.
Well, your wife's done a tremendous job because you're always running around with the training, and she's taken up running as well.
Yes, I mean, as you know, I have run quite a few marathons in my life, but probably one of the most meaningful when I ran with my wife 2 years ago. We ran together the whole time. It was a perfect weather for New York City. It was just so much fun. I think seeing the person that you love having such a blast, and she did amazing. Not even 1 ounce of discomfort through the race.
Where were your daughters? Were they various spots?
They were to a couple of spots. My sister-in-law and my brother were with they came to cheer, and it was great when we saw them. Yeah, it was special.
And of course, your whole team was there, probably cheer DetermiNation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you still do it. You were heading up a tri-club?
Yes, try to be. Last year, I turned 50, so I wanted to do something big. So as you know, I did my first 200-mile race at the time. So I decided to take that year off from coaching to dedicate it to me. When you coach, it's all about people that you coach. That's what you're supposed to do as a coach. But last year I said, I'm gonna give a little me time. So the 200-mile was a challenge, but I love the racing. But I really, really do love the training. That's what motivates me.
The Tahoe 200. That's 200 miles.
205 miles.
How many days are you?
So you have 100 hours to finish it. Okay, so it's from get-go, and you can stop and sleep if you want to. You can see it was challenging, of course, but it was extremely beautiful, and I had so much fun. I enjoy every single minute. No, I cannot say I will not change anything of what happened.
How many hours did it take you?
It took me 83.
83. Now you have crew helping you?
Many people do. I went solo. It's me, myself, and I, if you want to call it. Yeah.
So obviously they have aid stations, so that's all you relied on.
Exactly. You prepare yourself. You have young staff. You have a lot of aid stations, and you can send bags with stuff that you may need ahead. So I have I change clothing and shoes and extra food and all the fun stuff.
Oh yeah, because you got to change your clothing and your shoes a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when you did the Vermont 100 the first time, that was very physically challenging because you haven't never done 100 miles before, and one of the things you learn is if you think you're running slow, run slower because you went off too fast.
Exactly.
And you wanted to do it again because you thought you could do it better.
I did.
And obviously you did it. So when you did the 200, was there something in between the 100 and the 200?
I think it was different. It's a different challenge. If I had to compare, the 100 miles, you can still run most of it, especially Vermont, because it's not the most challenging 100 out there. The 200 was more altitude and more elevation. It's just a different approach. I also approach it in a different way. This was all about 40. I was still able to run a little bit fast. Now I'm all down. So it was about completing and really enjoy it. So taking my time, make sure I got to interact with the other participants, because trail running it's a very close community. So you want to make sure that you get to meet these people. So
Of course.
it was a different challenge. I mean, I do believe I feel it was easier than my first 100 miler.
You're smarter.
Yeah, I think experience counts. I didn't have to, I didn't care if I was hiking, walking, stop. I didn't really care. It was just about enjoy, complete it, because it was great.
Oh, wonderful. I've had many, many ultra marathoners between the time you were here and last. And some of the challenges they meet, I don't know if you had these, but sometimes you hallucinate after a while.
Yes. This was the first time ever that I did. And they mentioned ahead of time, it's like, it doesn't apply to me, I've done everything. First night, I was like, for some people, I heard from people seeing wolves around them and people seeing cliffs. For me, it was seeing people on the trails. So it was an unthreatened. So to the fact that I say hi to people on the trails, like at least 3 times, like, hey, what are you doing here? And then go there. It was the first time was great. For me, it was great. I enjoyed it, because after a while, I was like, I know you're not there, but I see you so clearly, but you're not there. And it was great.
You knew it.
I knew it.
Not there.
And because it was a non-threatened, so I actually got to enjoy it. But it happened 3 days of it.
This
or
is
every
when
night.
you're doing the Tahoe 200.
Yeah, never happened before, never. When I did 200, no, I was never.
Something about California, Nevada.
I don't know. I don't know. But it was great. It was awesome.
Great. You're going to be doing something unique. You're going to be doing the Moab 240.
Yeah, 238.
238. But they call it the 240.
Yeah, they call it 240.
Well, I never heard of it, but the inaugural was last year,
right,
in 2017. And I was reading the woman who won this.
Yes.
Phenomenal. She did it like in 60 hours.
Yeah.
It
was, yeah.
And he ran something else where she lost her vision. Sometimes ultramarathoners will go blind for a while. And he ran the last 12 miles of this race. I think it was like the Javelin 100.
All right, Javelin. That one's the hard one, so yes.
Blind. I said, oh my, this is unbelievable. So I've had other ultramarathoners who've broken bones and they finish it.
Yeah. If it happens, I will hope that I will be as strong as she was, and I still push forward. I mean, it comes with the territory. It's a new experience. I think it's always something to learn from every experience. So if it's as much fun as the Tahoe, I mean, that's what I'm doing again.
It will be, because I heard it was very scenic. And what's interesting, despite, many ultramarathons people have done all over the world, the doctors don't know quite what causes that blindness. It happens rarely, but it does happen. They thought maybe it had to do with the contact lenses, it's dry weather, may have to do with nutrients, or something you want to research and make sure you got the latest, state of the art, that you're eating or drinking the right stuff.
We all try to inform ourselves, as much as we can, of course. But it's one of the things that just because it happens to one person doesn't have it to, we're all different. We have different bodies, different experiences, different effort level. I mean, that person her effort level is probably higher than, let's say, like me, right? It's more of a elite ultra runner.
Yeah.
I am me, and just, I'm doing it for fun. So I'm not going to that probably discomfort level that she may go to. So I wonder, you just never know.
Interesting, as I said, the doctors don't know what causes it.
Right, exactly.
Maybe exertion is part of it. And you're going to be there to have fun, like you did at the Ramon 100. Because I saw the pictures, you were dancing, you were at the funny hats, and you had a crew then at that time. So tell us, what is the Moab 240 or the 238? What is that?
It's 230 miles that starts in Moab, and just go 230 miles through the mountains there. About 30,000 feet of elevation. You go through two high peaks. I think we reach about 10,000 feet elevation, which is okay. It's not great. It's just okay. It depends who you are, I guess. But the reason why I chose, because I've never been in Utah, and I've been in, I think, 38 states by now, running 38 states, and I think my 3 favorite states are Colorado, which I've been a few times, Utah, and Oregon, like kind of the running meccas, right? And California, of course. So I wanted to go to Utah. It's like, what a better way to get to know a state than run 203 miles, right?
It's only the second year because the inaugural was last year.
Yeah.
And it's the same people that do the Tahoe 200.
Exactly. The race director, this great lady, she puts together 3 200s. The Bigfoot in Washington State is a point-to-point. It starts, challenging. Really out there. Watch for the bears. Of course, the Tahoe 200, which is super scenic, super beautiful, challenging as well, and the Moab 200.
That's the newest one.
Yeah.
The Tahoe's been there for more than a few years.
Yes.
What's the idea of creating new ultras?
It depends what you read now. People call them the 200s, the new 100s. You know how it is. Just runners, we like challenges, right? So it's like, what's next, right? That's what we do. I don't think there's no explanation. Like, we just want to see what can we do next, how much can we push, or what's the new challenge. That's what it's for me. It's like, the 100 is okay, and I can, the 100 is all right, I can do 100. So what's next? And for me I wanted to celebrate my 50th, and I wanted to make it meaningful. And as I said, for me, it's about the training. I enjoy the training more than the racing. So I wanted to do something that will encourage me and make sure I have to train. Because I have the miles, I can probably get away with just basic training.
Yeah.
200 was a new challenge, new things to learn, because it's definitely learn a lot of new things that I didn't have to deal with in the past.
Yeah.
So it's the new challenge, I say. You have out there.
Well, you said you just turned 50, so so that's the beginning. They call that as a young senior.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm
You're a
waiting
young
for my discounts.
One of the beautiful things, one of the big differences with ultra marathons versus the marathons I learned over the years, women have sometimes a better footing than the men in the ultras. For some reason, they have that patience, that body type, or whatever it is, that's the advantage of doing those long distances.
Yeah, I agree. I'm one of those guys that I agree that I do believe women get better with distance. There's still not as many women as men doing the ultras. It's been increasing, but I'm one of the believers that I see results and I see women they get better with distance, with the longer distance. I don't know, and I don't know if it's like the toughness. I know some of my ultra runners, female friends, are definitely tougher than I am. So I don't know what it is. These researchers, and you can read many researches, but it's one of the things that's still too new.
There's different kinds of toughness. There's physical toughness, but like I said, when I talk to an ultramarathoner, one of the things that's off their charts is their mental toughness.
You
have it? You better have it.
You know what? I believe I do. I always said that there's nothing out there, fitness-wise, running-wise, that people can do that I cannot do. I may not do it as well, but I know I can do it. And I always said, if whatever challenge it is, if it's meaningful, if I really chose to do it, I go through it. I got it. I always go to the start line knowing I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to have to deal with while doing it, but I know. Exactly.
And the other big difference between an ultra and a marathon, there's they weigh you. They take your blood pressure and they weigh you because you can't lose more than what, 5%?
About 7%, depends. The race is 5%, 7%. Most of the time it's about 7%.
Okay, well, I remember the Vermont 100, you came close.
Yeah, I came close. I had issues. It was very hard. The first year was very hard. And I thought I was drinking plenty, but I wasn't.
Wow.
So,
really?
So yeah, I came close. I lost a few pounds. So it was like a thing, close to 10 pounds.
But you're expected to lose a few pounds, but there's a limit of 5 or 7%.
There's a level that then you are in danger of injuring yourself, and
Well, it's good that they take care of you.
100%, yes.
Besides the volunteers with all the great stations, or this one that you're doing, I heard the food is excellent.
It's great. I'm not kidding. And people were saying, I get treated here better than I get treated at home, because you get to the station, it's like, what do you want? Oh, give me a hamburger. You want avocado? You want bacon? You want this? stories. I will tell this, but I never had eggs Benedicts in my life. First time I ever had them, aid station at the Tahoe 200. Never had them. It's like egg Benedicts. Never had them, but like, what the heck? Let's enjoy. So much fun.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's one of those few times you can violate the rule. Don't try something new on race day.
No, by experience, I know that I have a very strong stomach. I never in my life have issues with the stomach, so I know what I can handle. So I gave it a try.
And it was
Pay off.
delicious.
It was delicious.
Oh, you hear stories, people have pizza delivered, and they eat the whole pie.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, people. But really, I mean, here I am with my backpack with the gels and the waffles and the chewables, and like after like a couple hours, they didn't taste well. So it was all about the chicken soup and the chicken broth and the hamburgers and the egg Benedicts and everything else.
Well, there's something to look forward when you do this. When is this Moab 240?
It's October.
October.
Yes, October.
Are you be fundraising or anything like that?
I am going to fundraise. Yes,
Ah.
I am going to fundraise. Working for American Society, it will motivate me extra to do the
excellent.
training. So yes.
I remember the last time you were so proud that you had over 1,000 donors to give
Yes,
to you.
I think I ended up with like 1,235 donors at the time, which was, I mean, the support that first time was unbelievable. Was really unbelievable.
You were doing team for training for so many years, so you had a lot of great supporters. I contributed. Everybody contributed. This is from our mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good time.
Yeah. I think we even contributed when your bike was stolen. I remember.
Yes, that was.
Michael Conlon did the little,
Yeah, that was
Kickstarter program or whatever it was, GoFundMe, and we got you a really nice bike.
Well, I mean, yes, that was. As you know, it was one of the first times ever I was speechless. One of the workouts when they presented me with this secret fundraising they did for me
They're not easy to do to make you speechless.
No, it's not.
Well, funny story. I got a postcard about 8 or 9 years ago to come to hear teaming training.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was at the Blood Center on 68th Street in Manhattan. I never heard of teaming training. And I just started running on a treadmill. And the card said, we can take you from 0 to 26.2 in 18 weeks, whatever.
Right.
So I went because it's right across the street where I lived. And the place was packed. Yeah, they were playing the Chariots of Fire. And everybody was, really up. And you had the mentors were there, making sure we were comfortable. And then you come out. And I couldn't believe the words were coming out of your mouth. I was going, I never heard anybody speak in as an Israeli Puerto Rican. I was certain you was really Puerto Rican. And only later did I find out you were from Spain.
I'm from Spain. Yeah, go figure.
But now your accent is much improved. You sound like New York.
People tell me I have an accent. I don't know what they mean by that.
And then after you were done, Scott Willett comes.
Say Willett. Yeah,
and
awesome guy.
And he goes, I guess he's Kiwi or he's Australian.
Yeah, he's a whole mix between Australian and British. Yeah, he's one of those.
And you were fit. I mean, couldn't believe it.
All times.
And then this guy, he's skinny. This guy, Scott, he's skinny. And he goes, my secret is, and he was the triathlon coach, and he says, my secret is I train for 3 events. So he was trying to pull us to go into, so it was great to see the competition. So, of course, I signed up immediately that day, went home, told my wife, Monica, and she goes, what? Are you crazy? You're going to hurt yourself. I looked you up on the internet because I never heard of you. Oh, my God, they're legit. And, of course, I've done 18 marathons since that day. So I want to thank you personally for introducing me to the marathon way of life. It's giving me this show.
It changes people's lives.
You're the godfather of Gotta Run.
Because I'm old or because? No, it's a pleasure. I mean, I love, you know me, for me it's all passion. I love what I do. I love what I do. I love what I do. I love the change and the improvement that running can do somebody's lives. And you're a perfect example of it, right?
I keep telling people that the day I became a marathoner was the day my life improved 1,000% in terms of how well I felt to the people I met, to the causes that I learned about, to the fact that one day I decided to do a show about the running culture.
Right.
And I had no idea, other than my first 3 guests, and you were one of my guests, I didn't know I was ever going to do a show again. Here I am, you're about guest number
It's really
216.
crazy. Wow,
Crazy.
Congratulations. That's a run in itself.
I've done a
Yes.
negative split because I've done more shows in the last 3 years than in the first, 3.5 years.
So you've been pacing yourself. That's good. Even that, good. You
And
probably had a good coach.
and I hope to do at least another 200 shows.
Yeah. What about running? What are you running next?
I don't do marathons anymore. I hurt my knee a few years ago. But this guy from England came over, but now a good friend, and he called me up and he says, how's your running? Oh, I can't run because it hurts when I heel strike. He showed me the technique of barefoot running to 4-foot strike.
Right.
Better? Ramon, that made all the difference. No knee pain.
Awesome.
And so now I do a lot of treadmill running, precision running at Equinox, Mile High Run Club, and an occasional I'll do a 5K outdoors. Hopefully I'm going to do some more this summer. So I do running as part of my wellness program. My physical trainer says whatever you're doing is great because the running complements my my weight training.
Got it. Stay active. That's all it takes.
That's right. That's right. So Ramon, any closing remarks?
It's great to be here. Congratulations on 8 years. It's good to see you 8 years later. Well, 8 years later.
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's great. If you listen to the show, if you're not a runner, run because it can change your life. It changed his life, definitely changed my life, and I know it has changed many people's lives. So get on it.
I'm looking forward to what the next 8 years will bring to you and me. So we'll be
We'll
back
see.
8 years from today.
Yeah.
You could tell us about the
500 mile.
MOB 240. Okay.
Moab is a city in Utah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.